Welcome back to JCR Garage, and this time I'm doing what I promised you last time. We have a new car on this channel. It's not mine, it is a friend of mine's. He just bought it, and after driving it for many hours on the way back home, finally, within a mile of his home, it started spluttering. Which, well, I found the reason. This is a 1984 Chevrolet C10 Longbed. For a long time we've been, showing only Fords, maybe a Dodge every now and then. But we're going back to Chevys right now. I used to have a 1993 Chevy Blazer, the S10s. It ran pretty good, did its job as a daily for quite a while, but eventually frame cracked, fuel pump cut out, and a rod knock in the 4.3. So that car ended up being sold for scrap, and I built my Granada instead, which I now run as a daily. And since then, there's not really been any Chevy content at all on this channel. But now, I'm trying to fix that with this thing. So this, like I said, it's a 1984 Chevy C10 Longbed with a 305 and a 4-speed manual transmission. Now, I can see that, someone has done something to this thing, because it has headers. And the issue is right there. And, it's got some Summit Racing valve covers, a GM 4-barrel intake manifold, which is for a quadrijet. There's a GM factory one, it's the one that came on 305s of this era. But, like I said, this is the issue with this car. The carburetor. For one, you can see how dirty and grotty it is. Now, he was told when he bought it that they just swapped out the carburetor because the one that was on it was way too big. Now, I wonder what they mean by way too big, because that is a 750 quadrijet. And I know that some people might think that the bigger the carburetor, the more horsepower you get. Not on a stock engine. Now, I've driven this thing a few times, and, after adjusting it, and by adjusting it, I mean taking the idle mixture screws and almost bottoming them out at the bottom, it ran decent. Didn't run good, but it ran decent. Now, I had also fiddled a little bit with the distributor at that point and gave it a bit more ignition timing, but, it didn't really liven this thing up. Now, this is a 305, like I said. It's not a big engine, but what I compare it to is like the Ford 302s. They are similar displacement, not terribly big, but not also small, although this is pretty much the smallest V8 you got in these things. But still, it should be able to go a bit better. I mean, it's still a 5-liter engine. Now, I know technology has come a long way since then. You can see the, for example, the Mustang Bullitt, a new one. It's got a 5-liter and it's got 400 and something horsepower. This, I'm guessing, maybe creeping its way on 150. Maybe. Because I know the V8 in my Fairlane, the 302 that's in that car, that is a 1977 engine, which means it's got 129 horsepower. It's not a lot, especially not in smog era American V8s. Those are weak. But I'm thinking by the mid-80s they should have crept up a little bit. Now, other things, it's sitting on a set of BFG all-terrains. Pretty decent pattern in them still. They don't really wear that much. A lot of rust, especially in the wheel arches. There, bottom of the door handle. You can even see it's sort of rusting back here. The bed looks pretty good. Now he did get another set of doors, because these are pretty bad. And a roll bar cage kind of thing that you put on the back of this, by the back of the cab. There are also 2 holes in the bed, so that kind of tells me it's had stacks once. Exhaust, like it should, comes out right about here. Or, well, yeah, there, right about. Still BFG's back. One of the leaf springs at least needs changing. I haven't looked at it, you just said it. I haven't actually tried the tailgate yet. Tailgate works. And yeah, like I said, the bed looks pretty good. Car seems to have been gold or bronze colored once. And yeah, all in all, pretty decent truck, just as a work truck. Now, interior wise, how did that pop off? It's been really warm the last couple of days, and this has just been sitting here. But I don't really know what caused this. Yeah. Might have just started honking for no apparent reason. That's why this might be off. Well, it does have a good horn. Might gonna have to fix this. Yes, I'll fix this. Alright, there, the horn center's back on. Now, look in here, none of the gauges actually work. It's a bit too bright of a sun here. Now, battery, oil pressure, and temperature, none of them actually work. You can see even now, at engine not running, it says it's got, what's that, about 20 maybe? No, not 20. Yep, it's got more oil pressure than 0. Temp is at almost 150. Well, that thing's true right now because it's not charging. Fuel gauge reads just below half a tank, but I don't think that's true because I think this thing has more than that in it. Speedo, it has gone 32 or 3,493 miles. Probably been once around. Dash looks not the best, cracked in a few places, and a hole where a speaker is supposed to be underneath. Now, there's one thing left to do and see if it starts. It does have power. It's in gear. One thing you always check, or at least push the clutch in, make sure it's in neutral, because this was in first. Now, like I said, it's a 4-speed. It on the ball. I might have to shield away from the sun a bit here. Reverse, first, second, third, overdrive. I have put it in overdrive. Yeah, the car is gutless, to say the least. Now, with the ignition on, yeah, things actually started happening here. Fuel gauge is at almost full. Temp fell back down, and so did oil pressure. But yeah, let's see if this thing starts. It should have no problem starting. I might have to give it a little bump on the gas, but the carburetor being so big, this thing gets more than enough fuel for a cold start. And, well, it's not even that cold right now. So, let's try this. Okay, I think I'll have to give it a pump. Maybe 2. Yeah, there it fired up. Make sure it's in neutral. Parking brakes on. Pop the hood back up. It runs really nice and quiet. It doesn't run nice, but it runs quiet. You can barely even hear it. And the clutch in this thing is so stiff that stalling it is no problem, because the return spring on the carburetor is so tight, and so is the clutch, so almost stall this thing trying to get offline. First time you're going to drive this thing, you are going to stall it. Maybe even the next couple of times you try as well. But yeah, and it smells like gasoline. Now, I have tried pretty much everything I can with that carburetor, but it's not really happening. So we have ordered up a spacer adapter thing for quad intake manifold to accept an Edelbrock 600 CFM, one of those. The one that's pretty much an old Carter AFB. So that is gonna be coming up for this car. Make sure it actually drives decently, because now, well, it runs uneven, but it runs nice and quiet. And well, if I shut the door, I hope I don't get a heat stroke in here. And I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but I can barely hear it myself. So try to rev it up a bit. And yeah, the thing I said about throttle being really stiff. Look at my foot here. This is depressing. I'll do the same thing on the brake. That is enough to actually stop the car. But on the throttle, well, I'd say you're gonna get really tired from driving this thing. Now, seems that the oil pressure has bounced back up. It is actually hovering now and does react to throttle input. So does the charging, well, the voltmeter, resting just above 13. Rev it, it almost hits the red spot, which I'm guessing it charges about 14.7. I'm guessing temp, well, it should be starting to creep up soon because it is really warm. After I shut this door, I've started sweating already. Oh, that's a nice cold breeze. Yeah, I haven't really checked this yet. I'm guessing this is the ashtray. Yep, that's the ashtray. And glove box, big and full of garbage. Well, I can actually try to show you. I don't know if I actually can, but how stiff the clutch is and how easy it is to install this thing. So, parking brake off, and this is, I know this is gonna probably shine a lot, but this is seriously loose for one. When you push it down, got reverse there. Now, parking brake is off. Show you down here. Brake release, that is off. Pedal is up here. Foot's on the brake and the clutch. Off the brake. Let's just try this, shall we? Should probably get to see my feet as well. Yeah, that actually went better than it did last time I did this, but probably have some more practice in doing it than I had that time. Anyway, this is a car I really have to get used to in order to drive, because, well, it sure is. Yeah, it's not an easy one. So, maybe manage to shut the door. Right. Close the hood. So, well, that will be it for now. Don't know what the next video is gonna be yet. I might be trying to find a deal so I could maybe buy that Volvo. I'm not sure yet. Not that I want that Volvo, I'm just trying to maybe find a deal that I can buy it. Because I know what he wants for it, and I know right about how much I can get for it. If you are interested, let me know and we can probably see if we can make a video on this car as well. I don't really know if there is any interest for that because it's just an old Volvo, but we'll see. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.